a brand new video. Today I'm going to be talking about a very interesting topic, and that is the beautiful layered stencils which Craftreet has. These are some of the stencils which I have. They come in a different variety of florals. I've already shown a card which I had made with the hydrangea stencil. Then I have the tiger lily stencil. These are the others which I haven't used as yet. So you have one with rose, I have one with a peony. This is a special one because this stencil also has a mask. So when you're doing masking, you have one mask which is ready-made, which will fit exactly on top of the base layer. So you don't need to cut a separate mask for that. And then you have the lotus and you have the beautiful magnolia. So today I'm going to be talking more about the lotus stencil. Okay, now this is what the stencil comes like. You have the base layer, then you have the first layer, and then you have the second layer. So basically 3 shades of a color you can use. This is the central portion, which you can do in a different color. And then you have 2 layers for the leaves. If you turn it around, you will have a little, when you turn it around, you have a little diagram here, which shows you exactly how the flower is going to look once you have finished the stenciling part of it. And I normally, what I do is, whenever I get a new stencil, I take a scrap piece of paper and I make a test stencil. So this is the flower which I've done in shades of pink and the leaf. This helps me, this becomes like a guideline for me to decide whenever I'm putting this design into production. I will open it and show you now. See, so this is the base layer. This will be your lightest layer. Then you have the second layer. And if you hold it up to light, you will see a faint outline here. This is done. This is like an embossed outline. If you touch it, it is slightly has a different texture. What this does is it helps you in lining up the stencil perfectly. So once you've done the base layer, the other 2 layers, both of them will have this outline. And you can just align it, this colored area with those outlines. And you will always get a perfectly aligned design in the end. Another advantage of using layered stencils is you can easily flip that stencil over. I will show this to you. So what happens is, the direction of the flower doesn't become a problem. You can easily reverse it, which is not the case when you're using layered stamps. Because in layered stamps, the stamp direction is fixed. You cannot reverse it. So we will just ink this one stencil up and you'll see it in action. Okay, now let's see the lotus stencil in action. I have the stencil here and I have 2 pieces of white paper that I'm going to use. What I'm going to do first is fix the stencil. Now my plan is to cut this apart after it is done with a fussy cut it with a little bit of a border around it. So I'm leaving some space on the sides. Another thing you need to keep handy is a bit of washi tape. This comes in, helps you in fixing the stencil in place, because if your stencil shifts while you're inking, you will not get a good crisp image. So I'm just going to turn this over. And I will be generous with this, because if it is not fixed firmly, it will move once you start inking. Now, if you'll see, there are open areas which are very close here. So I'm going to take more washi tape and just cover that area. This is just so that you don't get your color all over the place and waste paper. So there, our stencil is ready for inking. I will also just put little bits of tape on these two corners. There. Okay, now our stencil is fixed, and for the inks, today what I'm going to be using is the Alt-New inks. This is the Rose Petal set. The reason why I like using these inks is they already come in 4 shades. So you have the lightest, the medium, the dark, and the darkest. This makes it very easy to figure out the shades that you should use for each layer. Though this is not necessary, you can honestly use any kind of dye ink, any distress inks, or even distress oxide inks. Just depends on your choice. But today I'm going to use these inks. So I will start with the lightest color, which is the Rose Quartz. For applying the color, you can either use one of these brushes, which I find give you the best control over your inking and gives you a even layering. Or you can also use finger daubers like this, or you can use the small foams that you get. It's completely your choice. To get the color started, I will just move my brush in a circular motion on the raised pad, and then I start with the edges first. Just apply the color with a light hand. I think I already had some color on my brush, which is why it's turning a little dark, which is okay. With the next layers, we can just make them darker and make this flower look pretty. So there, our first layer is done. Now I would always suggest that you give it a little bit of drying time between the layers, whether you're using the stencils or the layered stamps, because otherwise your inks are going to start mixing together and you will not get a very nice effect. So let's just peel this off gently and see. There is a flower. It's quite a bit darker than I expected, but that's okay. To clean the stencil, just take a damp cloth and just wipe it away gently. Now let's go on to the next layer. Like I told you, this already has a faint outline which you can see on top. This already has a faint outline which you can see. So I'm just going to align it over the stencil. This is super easy to do. I think I'll just remove this washi tape because it's sticking everywhere. So there, you just basically align it properly over the layer. Make sure there are no white areas being seen. And now this time I'm just going to put the tape on the top. There is no need to put it behind. Okay. I'll just cover up this area because I don't want anything to get on the rest of the page. So now I'll go on to the next color, which is Puffy Heart. I'm using the same brush because this is in the same color family. Always apply the color in a circular motion so that you don't get blots of color and you get a smooth blending. Now I just want to check on this because our initial layer was quite I just add a little more color to make it darker. The trick to getting good ink blending is to apply layers of color. Don't try to put too much ink all at one time. Okay, now our second layer is done. Let's move on to the third layer now. I'm going to gently remove this. This is very easy to align because of those grooves on the side. So just stick to those and your design will be perfectly aligned. There's also more space in this layer, so it's very easy to put this stencil in place. Just cover up this little bit. And now I'm taking the shade called Purple Wine. So again the same thing, just put the ink on your brush and start applying it. Just make sure you get into all the gaps and little spaces, because this is the last layer and it is going to be the one with the smallest gaps. So just make sure that you have a good coverage and all the areas have color in them. Okay. Now this washi tape which I have put here also acts as a hinge. So you can just gently flip it over and see if your design, if you're happy, if you missed out any spaces, you can just go back and color them again. This looks fine to me. So I will very carefully remove this. And here is a lotus flower is ready. You can see this was an area which I did not cover, so I have a little bit of ink on this. But we are anyways going to fussy cut this flower, so that is not such a big issue. Okay, now what we will do is, we will do a flower but in the reverse direction. So I will put away these colors and I will take some orange shades. So here are the colors which I am going to be using. My stencil, of course, I'm going to clean it up thoroughly because I don't want any contamination of color. Always make sure that your stencils are cleaned as soon as you finish your work, because if there's any color remaining on them, it will get on the paper next time. You don't need to wash them every time, especially if it's just simply used inking on it, but do use something to clean it up thoroughly. Okay. Now, like I said, with layered stencils, you can use the opposite direction also. Like, just flip the direction of the flower. So that is exactly what I'm going to do now. Just let me remove these little bits. Okay. See. Now, this flower is pointing like this. This flower is going to be pointing in the other direction. I'll flip it over. Just put a little bit of washi tape on it, and there. I will also cover the open areas here with this bit of washi tape. And there, my stencil is ready to go. Okay, now let's start with inking our lotus. So I'm taking the lightest shade of orange and gently applying it as the base layer. I'm trying to get a little more ink on the sides because I want the edges of the petals to stand out, and this is something which you can do with layered stencils, which you cannot do with a layered stamp. You can get a little bit of more variation of color in it. So now let's see how our inking is looking. Nice. See, you can see the edges have turned darker because I pressed a little more there. Now let's put this away. I will just give this a little bit of drying time. Just a few seconds are needed. Or if you want to be absolutely sure, you can always hit it with a heating tool. Let's move on to the second layer now. Now I will take the next, I used Sunray and The next shade is chamomile. The thinking always start slow and slowly build up the color so that the intensity of color is exactly what you want. It's not too dark. Just remember, you can always make the color darker, but you cannot make it lighter. Let's check this now. Yes, it's looking pretty. So now onto the... Okay, let's move on to the last layer now. And now I am going to use Snapdragon. You will notice that the layers seem to overlap a little bit. That is so that there are no gaps left after you finish inking it. If it was too precise, you would get white areas or light areas which would look bad. So in this case, the stencil is designed in such a way that each layer overlaps very slightly so that your inking and your gradation of color is very smooth. Also, always remember, whenever you use dye inks, they will dry a little lighter. So if your colors look very dark after you've finished, immediately after inking it, just wait for some time. And once they are completely dry, you'll actually see the true color. So now you have one pinkish purple and we have one yellow orange flower. These areas that you see in the middle are for the central portion of the lotus. These are the areas that you're going to use. And here are the two inks that I'm going to use, bamboo and olive. So I will start with bamboo and just ink up the area. What I'm planning to do is I'll just move the stencil and get several leaves done at the same time. Okay, now I have done 3 leaves here. If I need more, I'll just make some. And now let's do the second layer. So that is super easy. You just have to make sure how your stencil is aligned, which side of the stencil you used. These are our leaves, all done, and these are the flowers. So now we can put these together into a nice card. Okay guys, let's start with assembling our card now. I've fussy cut the yellow lotus that we had inked and 2 of the leaves. This is very simple to fussy cut this because it has no really tiny spaces and a very smooth shape. Then I have this circle which I have die cut and I have inked it with blue and green, and then I've also added some black splatters to it, and I'm going to be using a navy blue card base for the card. This is a A2 sized card base, 4.25 inches by 5.5 inches, and if you notice, I've also rounded the corners. So now let's start by assembling. This will actually not take much time. I will just off screen put the sentiment here, thinking of you. I have heat embossed it with white embossing powder, and now I will take this circle and just put some glue at the back and just center it towards the top of the card. The next step is to arrange the flowers. So this is how I want my, I'm just sort of trying to see how I want the leaves to be, and can just move them around a little bit. So now this first leaf I want to put it flat without any dimension. Now for this leaf I want to put a bit of foam tape on it because I want it popped up slightly. I'll just peel this off and now for the flower. Now I'm going to put a double tape behind this because I want the flower to be the tallest part. So I've cut 2 pieces of foam tape. This is very easy. You can just put it back to back and it is stuck. And I want it to be something like this. Yeah, I think this looks good. So now I'll just put the foam tape behind my flower, press it down, peel off the backing. And there. So here is our completed card. I'm very happy with the way this card turned out, and I hope you enjoyed learning how to use a layered stencil, and I hope you will also give me some nice comments on anything else that you want to learn about it, any queries that you have. I'll be more than happy to answer them. So that's it from me today. Goodbye and hoping to see you soon. Bye.